When I was about 9.5 years old, my dad had purchased some small motorcycles, one for me, one for my brother. Got a lot of fun memories riding those. As I was out exploring one day, I drove by this barn that I had seen multiple times, but in my 9.5-year-old mind, I thought, that looks like a cool place to explore. I decided to park my motorcycle and go inside, and as I was exploring, I found what someone had stashed away. And unfortunately, that was some pages from a pornographic magazine. I knew kind of in my mind that I should just throw it down immediately and get out of there. But the power it had over me was just unbelievably intense. It felt as if I had to look. I think there were so many different emotions. One was definitely shock. I don't know, it scared me in a way as well. It made me sick. There was also the part of me that was extremely intrigued though. And that's when another feeling came, which was shame and fear. Now what? I reasoned that my best option was to not tell anybody. Unfortunately, that became a pattern. My brain would get flooded with endogenous chemicals that get you high, essentially. I just didn't know what to do with it, other than keep it hidden and try to stop and be a good kid. Brain of a 9.5-year-old like myself, or as young as 7, 6 years old, moving up all the way, even through the young teenage years. The brain isn't ready to process the complexity of what happens when someone's exposed to pornography. Being exposed too young isn't your fault. It wasn't within that 9.5-year-old boy's capability to know what to do and how to respond to the flood of dopamine, adrenaline, oxytocin, serotonin, testosterone. That was a powerful cocktail of chemicals that I had no idea was flooding my brain. As far as my time after that, I went on a mission. I had a relapse or two before I met and married my wife, but nothing really major. And I thought I'd overcome the problem. And there it was again. The next 3.5 years was a pattern of really trying on my own to overcome, having some success in that, but ultimately I wasn't overcoming it completely. When you want something sincerely and make a definite commitment and promise to it, and yet fall short again of that, despite that sincere desire, to me, that's what really addiction's all about. That led me personally to seek out professional help, and that made all the difference in the world. Within the first 30 minutes of my first session, I could feel this person knows how to guide people in the exact path I want to go down. What a cool job. What a cool job that person has. They get to see people grow and change and heal, and it's what led me to decide I wanted to go back to school to become a therapist. Vulnerability opens the space where real healing can happen. To be accepted, even when people know what you feel like is one of the worst parts of you, it opens the space where healing can happen. The deeper broken parts that are tied to shame will never heal without vulnerability. The important thing is to just come and get started, to share the truth about your life experience. If you were exposed too young, we want to hear about it. There's great power in letting your story be known and feeling the healing power of turning to resources that God puts in your life. There's countless stories like mine of people who were exposed too young. Those people have found an opportunity for healing and for recovery. The first thing to do is just take a step forward and say, I was exposed too young. Or pornography is affecting my life in a way I don't want it to. If people want to understand more about my process in helping people, they're welcome to come to my website. It's ldshopeandrecovery.com. There's free videos, there's things to learn and read and understand just by visiting. They can also set up a free consultation and talk to me about our program. The recovery is possible, absolutely possible. If you'll use the people and resources that God puts in your path, there's no reason you have to stay stuck. It's not hopeless. And that to me is one of the most important reasons for being in this work.